Are you someone who feels there's never enough no matter how much money you make? Because scarcity isn't just a financial situation. For a lot of people, it's an identity. You can give two people the same exact opportunities, same income, same resources, and one person will slowly build wealth while the other stays trapped inside survival mode forever. Why? Because scarcity isn't only about how much money you have, it's about how your mind has been trained to interpret life. A scarcity mindset doesn't just say I don't have enough, it says there will never be enough. See the difference? And once that becomes your default thinking pattern, it starts infecting every area of your life. You stay in bad relationships because you think, what if nobody better comes? You undercharge because you think no one will pay more. You stay in a job you hate because you think this is the only way I can make money. Scarcity mindset makes you obsessed with protecting what you have, while abundant mindset focuses on building what's possible. And that difference changes your perception and leads you to different outcomes. If your identity is rooted in scarcity, you constantly make decisions that keep your world small. You won't invest in skills, you won't invest in relationships, you won't invest in opportunities, and you won't invest in yourself. Not because you're incapable, but because your nervous system has associated uncertainty with danger. That's why some people stay stuck for 10 years doing the same thing while secretly wanting a different life and resenting their current life. They're waiting for certainty before action, but certainty almost never comes first. Action comes first, adaptation comes after. Confidence gets built through evidence, and enough evidence brings in certainty. You say you want a different life, you say you want wealth, freedom, growth, but every time life asks you to invest in your future version of yourself, you panic. You hesitate over buying the book. You overthink buying the course to learn new skills. You avoid paying for networking events. You delay most investments because what if it's a waste of money? And I get it, some things are a waste of money. Not every course is good, not every investment works, not every opportunity pays off, but scarcity mindset turns that possibility into paralysis. It makes people so afraid of losing money that they never position themselves to make more, and that's the trap. Wealth is usually built by the person who learns high-income skills before they feel ready, who invests in relationships and opportunities, who understands that growth sometimes costs money first. And honestly, I think a lot of people misunderstand risk. They think risk only exists when you try something new. No, risk exists either way. You stay at the same job for 10 years, that has risks too. You become dependent on one paycheck and one corporation. Your skills become outdated, and maybe in a few years, you're gonna get laid off because now you're outdated. You're not adapting new technology or understanding what's trending in the market as fast as the new generation. Let's say you work as a freelancer. You get freedom of your time, yet the risk is inconsistent income and vulnerability to market changes if you're not well prepared. And sometimes the biggest risk is struggling to change and adapt when you're completely unprepared. Abundance mindset isn't everything will work out perfectly. It's I trust myself enough to adapt if things don't go perfectly, because confident people aren't confident that nothing will go wrong. In fact, things will go wrong. They are confident that they can recover, learn, adjust, and keep going. Those examples are to show you no choice in life is 100% perfect and secure. Every choice has its own advantages and risks, and the abundance mindset is to be aware of those risks, yet still take the chances on yourself. Because scarcity mindset will always make you think, what if it doesn't work out? What if it's a waste of time and money? What if it's safer to just stay where I am right now? But let's be honest, how will your life look like 3 years from now if you stay the same, with all the changes in AI, inflation, and economic volatility happening? You can't let scarcity mindset hold you back. You have to think from abundance, because you can only achieve the life you want by believing you can have it. When you have that belief, that's when you can finally start acting towards it. The reason why scarcity mindset is dangerous is because it stops people from acting outside of their comfort zone to get what they want. It traps them into an existing cycle of survival because new things, new beliefs, new actions feel like risk. The one thing in life which is constant is change. You can't survive in this world without changing and adapting yourself. And every time it can feel like a challenge, but it's also an opportunity. Opportunity to overcome your comfort zone, reassess your priorities, strategize your life plan, and act towards it. Scarcity isn't just about lacking resources, it's about lacking trust. Trust in yourself, trust in your ability to adapt, trust that your future is bigger than your current circumstances. A survival mindset says protect everything, and an abundant mindset says build something. Scarcity isn't just the absence of money, it's the absence of trust in yourself. And abundance is not believing life will magically work out. Abundance is trust. Trust that you can figure things out. Trust that one mistake will not destroy your life. And trust that your future doesn't have to look like your current circumstances. It's believing that even when life becomes difficult, you are capable of adapting, rebuilding, and creating. That's the identity shift. And if you want to slowly shift into abundance, start with small behaviors. Start learning things that increase your value. Start putting yourself in rooms that challenge you. Start investing in your skills. Start taking calculated risks. Because identity changes through repeated action, and over time, your brain slowly stops seeing uncertainty as danger and starts seeing it as possibilities. And once that changes, your decisions change, your standards change, your relationships change, your opportunities change, because the life you build will always reflect the identity you operate from. So stop building your future from fear, build it from abundance and expansion. Make abundance your identity, not scarcity. And you'll find yourself being more open to new opportunities. You start seeing life with infinite potentials, and you'll start having the motivation to work on the things you really want to do and act towards the life you want for yourself. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe, and I will see you soon.